Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. I welcome you once more. Guys, a lot of talks have been going on as concerns Lamine Yamal, and these talks are not really very okay because it is full of a lot of negative energy because some group of journalists went out there for a meeting. I don't know, in one way or the other, they started bringing out information about Yamal, which I will tell you authoritatively that they were all false informations. But before I dive to that, as always, I will always like to salute for all those who have subscribed to my channel. And to those who are yet to subscribe, please kindly do so. So whenever I upload a video, you won't be left out. Yes, Hansi Flick, the marksman of FC Barcelona. I always like to call him the marksman because he have done what no one ever expected that FC Barcelona will do this season, but Hansi Flick managed to bring out something very beautiful this season for FC Barcelona. So Hansi Flick has extended his contract with FC Barcelona to 2027. Yes, another renewal that took place in FC Barcelona yesterday was Rafinha, whom has equally renewed his contract to 2028. Yeah, so Rafinha has extended his contract to 2028 because people have been saying, like, is it that FC Barcelona does not want to go out there and sign players? But Deco made it very clear during his interview yesterday with Rack One, where Deco said, fans, football fans, and some people out there that does not know so much about football, they think that when they talk about transfers, it means you have to go and buy a player from another team. That is part of transfer. Another part of transfers is the fact that you have to secure the players that you have in your squad. How? By renewing contracts of those who are supposed to be renewed. Because if you only focus on going out there and you don't renew the players that are supposed to be renewed, you will realize that at the end, some players have only 1 year contract. And it is very risky for any club to have a player that has just 1 year that left on his contract, because the player can decide that he doesn't want to extend anymore. It means at the end of the season, he will go as a free agent. So teams always want their players to have about 2 years contract in their team. With that, they can't just leave. So Deco and Joan Laporta have been doing everything possible to renew contracts of the players that are supposed to be renewed, which according to Deco is another form of transfer. Yes, Barcelona will go out there to look for new players because they have to strengthen the attack line. It is very normal that Barcelona will go out there. But as of now, I told you in my previous video, Barca cannot do anything. They can just talk to players, but they cannot sign any player till when the summer transfer window will be open. Secondly, La Liga have to tell Barca how much they have to spend in the summer transfer window. That will only take place on June 30th. That is only when Barca will know how much they have to spend. As of now, Barca cannot go out there to sign any player. They can be talking with the players behind the scene. It's fine. But you waiting that, oh, you have not gotten any news that FC Barcelona have signed this player or this player or this player, you will not hear that till after June 30th. Yes, everything you hear out there, maybe it can be rumors or Barca is talking to someone, but they have not signed any player. Not that they don't have players that they want to go to. They have so many players in the likes of Nico Williams, Luis Diaz, and so on. So Barca will go to the market, but as of now, they are doing another part of transfer by renewing contracts of the players that they have. Now, let's talk about Lamine Yamal. As I said earlier, some group of journalists had a meeting in Spain and they decided to bring up a story. I don't know where they got it from. And it was all full of lies. Why? Because the sporting director, Deco, during his interview yesterday, has debunked all what the journalists said. It means all what you heard from those journalists about Lamine Yamal is false. Now, some of you have not heard what they said about Yamal. Let me tell you, and I quote, the journalist said that Yamal have said he wants to be the highest paid player in FC Barcelona come next season. That is what the journalist said. They even went further to create a narrative that Yamal is about to leave FC Barcelona if those terms are not met. And they cited a situation where Yamal didn't go for the dinner because they had a dinner, the board, the players, coaches, everybody. They had a dinner after they won the league. They had a dinner and Yamal was not there. So they just concluded that because Yamal is angry with FC Barcelona, that is why Yamal didn't go for the dinner. Guys, it's just it's just a laughable situation because it is all lies. Yes, Yamal did not go for the dinner. Don't get me wrong. Yamal didn't go for the dinner. Yes. But to attribute it to the fact that Yamal did not go for the dinner because Yamal was angry about his contract, because Yamal wanted to be the highest paid player in FC Barcelona and so on. So he didn't go for the dinner because he was angry. All those are false allegations. False allegations, because Deco have debunked all those lies from those journalists. Yamal did not partake in the dinner because you know that Yamal already had a brand. Yes, so many brands want Yamal to sign contracts with them. So Yamal's brand already, they had to meet. They had a session that they had to meet on that same day that the dinner was. And before the dinner was being arranged, Yamal already had an agreement with his brand on the same day. Not like Yamal fixed that program when the dinner was already arranged. No, it means that if the dinner came first, Yamal could have adjusted the program and not meet the brand on that day. But that day was already fixed even before they won the league against Osasuna. Yamal already had that day fixed to meet with his brand. Guys, like I don't even understand. I don't even understand why Yamal was not in the dinner. He was not the only player that didn't attend the dinner, but because they want to give this young talent a bad image, saying that, oh, now he has become so proud because he wants to be the highest paid in FC Barcelona and so on. Oh, Yamal is angry. Yamal is not happy with FC Barcelona. All those are lies. Lies. All what the journalist said and what you are getting out there from. But I know all this narrative is being is being pushed and being spread out there by Real Madrid fans, because an FC Barcelona fan who know what is going on in FC Barcelona will not even bring such news out there. Yes, will not even bring such a news out there that Yamal is angry with FC Barcelona. Yamal want to be okay. Okay, let's just pause for a minute. Like, relax. Let's pause for a minute. Let's let's even assume. Okay, let's just conclude. Like, let's say that Yamal or the agent said they want Yamal to be the highest paid player in FC Barcelona. What's wrong in that? If Yamal becomes the highest paid player in FC Barcelona, then what is wrong with that? Because according to the president of FC Barcelona, Joan Laporta, what are the terms for you to become, like, to earn more in FC Barcelona? It is your output. In FC Barcelona, who is the best player in FC Barcelona now? Is Lamine Yamal. Yes, it's Lamine Yamal. So I don't see any reason, even if Yamal wanted his to be the highest paid in FC Barcelona. Of course, it is okay. Yet it is okay because Yamal is the face of FC Barcelona. Yamal will bring so many contracts in FC Barcelona. You guys don't even know that so many companies out there, they are coming to FC Barcelona to sign contracts with them just because of Yamal. Do you know that Nike, within an hour, Nike produced more than 200 jerseys for Lamine Yamal? They were sold out within an hour. So, like, I don't get it why this group of journalists just went out there and they were spreading false information about this guy. Guys, Yamal did not say anything to FC Barcelona. In fact, they could make it very clear. Joan Laporta equally make it very clear to everybody that Yamal is very, very happy in FC Barcelona. He is very, very comfortable in FC Barcelona. There may be one or two adjustment in his contract, which is normal because Yamal and his agent, Josh Mendes, and FC Barcelona, they had a verbal agreement, as I said in my previous video. Because Yamal have not turned 18 years, he couldn't sign a long contract. Yes, Yamal couldn't sign a long contract, like for 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. No, because he has not yet been 18 years. So the contract that Yamal can sign while he was 15, 16 is just maybe 1 year or 2 years contract. It's okay. You cannot extend that. You cannot extend that. His contract will be ending in June, but they have a verbal agreement and everything is in place. Like Yamal's camp and FC Barcelona camp, they are very okay with each other. So FC Barcelona fans should not be worried with the noise we are getting out there that Yamal wants to leave FC Barcelona. Yamal is not happy in FC Barcelona. No, if there is one player now that loves Barcelona, of course it should be Lamine Yamal. He is somebody that has been trained in La Masia, and it is but obvious that he might take the messy road of remaining in FC Barcelona for life. Someone will say, but Messi left. We all know what happened. We know the circumstances that prompted Yamal to leave. I will not come. That prompted Messi to leave. Sorry, I will not come into that now because we all know what happened back then. So Yamal is okay in FC Barcelona. He did not attend the dinner. He was not the only player that didn't attend the dinner. So all the noise we are getting out there is bullshit. Yeah, it's just crap. It's bullshit. So don't worry about that. Just take a cheap pill. Calm down. Yes, another player I would like to talk about is Frenkie de Jong. Frenkie de Jong shocked. In fact, it was a shock not just to the FC Barcelona board, but equally to FC Barcelona fans because for a very long time now, there have been too much, I would say, dragging between Frankie's camp and FC Barcelona. Like Barca want him to extend his contract, and they have been dragging up and down, and some fans are angry with a Frenkie that Frenkie does not want to extend his contract and so on. No, Frenkie is just demanding for what is truly his. There was some money that was being owed to Frenkie. It is not Laporta's fault because it was not Laporta who signed Frenkie. It was the previous board, Bartomeu. So there were some deferred money that was supposed, like each year, they have to be an increase in what he earns. So that money have accumulated, and the present board are not okay with such amount to pay for him because it's just too much. But that was the contract he signed with the previous board. But this board does not want to follow that. So it is either you sit down on the table, let's see how we can reduce this money and put you in our wage build, or you can look for another team. So that was why throughout last season there have been this talks, tension between Frenkie, Barca, Frenkie, Barca, Frenkie, Barca. So Frenkie just shocked FC Barcelona 2 days ago. Frenkie skipped, bypassed his agent, and make a phone call directly to Joan Laporta. What did Frenkie say? Frenkie said that he is ready to stay in FC Barcelona. He is ready to extend his contract, even if it means that he have to cut down his wages to renew his contract and extend and remain in FC Barcelona. He is ready. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That is, those are players that have the heart that they want to be in FC Barcelona. It's not all just about the money, because if it's about the money, there are so many teams out there that Frenkie would have gotten a very, very good season. If Frenkie goes out there in the market, there are so many teams that will pay him huge sums of money. But this is a guy that loves FC Barcelona and want to continue in FC Barcelona. He has to bypass his agent. Yes, he has to bypass his agent. He said, okay, agent, you can wait. Now I want to talk directly with the boss, because it is always the player's agent that talk with the team. They will talk with the board and negotiate everything and tell the player. But this time around, it's like the agent and FC Barcelona board, they are not really in very good terms, and Frenkie is not very okay with it, and the contract need to be extended before June comes, because FC Barcelona want to secure the renewal of everybody that has to be renewed. So Frenkie has no choice but that phone call that shocked FC Barcelona board, shocked FC Barcelona fans, because Frenkie has to bypass his agent and talk directly with Joan Laporta, and he's ready to bring down his wages if that is what it would take for him to continue as an FC Barcelona player. Guys, in fact, Frenkie has just have just won my has just won me over to himself, because these are the type of players that I want in FC Barcelona. Players that can go extra miles for the sake of the team. That is the love that we are talking about. So that is what I have for you guys today. Don't be worried about any news you get out there about Lamine Yamal. They are all lies, lies, and lies. As always, I will see you in my next video. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to share. Visca El Basar.